How to keep going when you want to quit. You are holding this book because a part of you is tired. Another part of you is still fighting. That fighting part brought you here today. Most people quit when they feel empty, but you are different. You are looking for a reason to take one more step. This book is not about becoming a superhero who never falls. It is about becoming the kind of person who gets up one more time than they fall. I wrote this for the nights when your bed feels safer than your dream. I wrote this for the mornings when your goal looks like a mountain you cannot climb. Here is the secret that changed my life forever. Most people quit when they are only 5% away from a breakthrough. They stop right before the finish line because they cannot see it yet. This book will not give you fake smiles or empty quotes about sunshine. You will find small, weird, real tricks that work when you are exhausted. You will learn how to rest without running away forever. You will discover that wanting to quit is not a weakness. It is a sign that you have been fighting for a long time. So let us begin this journey together, one tiny step at a time. Chapter 1. The One More Small Thing Rule. Your brain tells you lies when you are tired and hungry and sad. It whispers that you have nothing left to give anyone today. This lie feels very real because your energy is truly low right now. But here is the truth your brain forgets to mention. You almost always have enough fuel for one tiny action. One small thing cannot possibly hurt you anymore. That one small thing might be writing one sentence or standing up from your chair. It might be sending one short email or washing one single plate. The reason this works is simple and beautiful at the same time. Your willpower is not completely gone like an empty gas tank. Your willpower is hiding because it feels scared and overwhelmed. When you ask for too much, your mind shuts down to protect you. When you ask for almost nothing, your mind says yes without any fear. That tiny yes creates a small spark of energy inside you. That spark reminds you that you are not completely broken today. This is why small actions are more powerful than big plans when you want to quit. You can use this rule right now without any special training or tools. First, look at whatever is making you want to quit today. Second, ask yourself this exact question out loud. What is the smallest possible step that still counts as moving forward? Third, promise yourself that you will only do that tiny step for 60 seconds. Fourth, set a timer on your phone so you know when to stop. Fifth, do the tiny step without judging how good or bad it is. Sixth, when the timer rings, you can stop with no guilt at all. Follow these steps whenever you feel the quit monster knocking on your door. Step 1, write down the big task that scares you the most right now. Step 2, cut that task into 10 smaller pieces that feel less scary. Step 3, take the smallest piece and cut it again into 3 tiny actions. Step 4, choose only the first tiny action to complete today. Step 5, do that action for 60 seconds without thinking about the rest. Step 6, celebrate loudly by saying, "I did not quit," to yourself or a friend. Here is some extra knowledge that athletes and scientists have discovered together. There is a famous rule called the 40% rule that will shock you completely. It says that when your mind tells you that you are completely done and empty, you still have 40% of your energy left. Your body keeps a secret reserve tank for true emergencies only. Your brain just does not want to touch that reserve because it hurts a little. But wanting to quit is a true emergency that deserves that reserve energy. So the next time you think you have nothing left, remember the 40% rule. You are only 60% empty, which means 40% is still yours to use. This chapter ends with a challenge that will change your week completely. Today, find one moment where you want to quit something important to you. Instead of quitting, do one tiny thing that takes less than 60 seconds. Write that tiny thing down on a piece of paper or your phone notes. Tomorrow morning, read what you wrote and feel proud of yourself. You will see proof that you did not quit when quitting was easier. That proof becomes a weapon against future quit moments. Keep using this rule every single day until it becomes your new habit. Soon you will not even think about quitting anymore because tiny steps will feel normal. Chapter 2. Quitting is not the enemy, giving up is. Let us clear up a big confusion that stops so many good people forever. Quitting and giving up are not the same thing at all actually. Quitting means you stop doing something for a while to rest and breathe. Giving up means you stop forever and throw your dream away completely. One is a smart pause, and the other is a permanent goodbye. You have been taught that all quitting is bad, but that is a terrible lie. Great athletes quit practicing to let their muscles heal and grow. Great writers quit writing to let their ideas rest and return fresh. Great builders quit hammering to check if they are building the right wall. The reason you need to understand this difference is very important today. When you think all quitting is failure, you will never allow yourself to rest. You will keep pushing until you break completely, and then you really will give up forever. Your body and mind need breaks like a phone needs to be charged at night. Without rest, your motivation dies slowly like a plant without water or sunlight. But if you schedule your quitting time, you control when you stop and start again. This control makes you feel powerful instead of feeling like a failure who ran away. Rest is not weakness, my friend. Rest is the secret weapon of people who finish hard things. Here is how you quit the right way without losing your dream forever. First, admit out loud to yourself that you feel like quitting right now. Second, decide whether you need a 2-hour break or a 2-day break. Third, say these exact words to yourself in a mirror if possible. I am not quitting forever. I'm stopping for now to come back stronger. Fourth, put a return alarm on your phone so you know exactly when to restart. Fifth, during your break, do not feel guilty or bad about resting at all. Sixth, when the alarm rings, ask yourself if you need more rest or if you are ready. Follow these simple steps every time you feel the quit feeling coming to visit you. Step 1. Write down the word pause on a sticky note and put it on your wall. Step 2. Tell one friend that you are taking a break, not quitting forever. Step 3. Remove all guilt by reminding yourself that machines need oil changes too. Step 4. Do something completely different during your break, like walking or sleeping. Step 5. 15 minutes before your alarm rings, take 3 deep, slow breaths. Step 6. When the alarm rings, do one tiny thing from Chapter 1 to restart your engine. Here is some extra knowledge that coaches and therapists use every single day. Professional athletes take rest days as seriously as they take training days. They know that muscles grow during rest, not during exercise at all. Your motivation and creativity work exactly the same way as those muscles do. When you push without rest, you injure your passion and it takes longer to heal. When you rest on purpose, you come back stronger than before you stopped. The most successful people in any field take more breaks than unsuccessful people. They just call their breaks recovery periods instead of calling them quitting. So rename your breaks today and watch how different you feel about stopping. This chapter wants you to try something scary but very freeing this week. Schedule a 2-hour break from your hardest task and put it on your calendar. During those 2 hours, do not think about your task even one single time. When guilt tries to visit you, tell guilt that you will return soon and mean it. After the 2 hours, notice how much clearer your mind feels right away. You will see that stopping did not destroy your progress at all. You will learn that quitting the right way actually saves your dream from dying. Try this experiment once, and you will never fear the word quit again. Because now you know that quitting and giving up are completely different animals. Chapter 3. Find your one sentence why. Big fancy mission statements sound impressive, but they do not keep you going at midnight. You do not need a beautiful speech that makes other people clap for you. You need one ugly, raw, real sentence that burns in your chest when you are tired. This sentence will not be pretty or perfect or polite to anyone who reads it. This sentence will be honest and maybe even a little angry or desperate or loving. That is exactly why it will work when all the pretty quotes have failed you completely. Your one sentence why is the rope you grab when you are falling down a dark hole. Let us find that rope together right now in this chapter today. The reason a short, ugly sentence works better than a long, beautiful speech is simple. Your tired brain cannot remember long things when you are exhausted and sad. Your tired brain can remember 4 or 5 words stuck on a sticky note easily. A short sentence hits you like a splash of cold water on your sleepy face. A long speech washes over you like soft rain that you forget immediately. Your one sentence why also feels personal and true instead of borrowed from a poster. Borrowed motivation fades fast, but your own honest words stay with you forever. This is why finding your sentence is the most important chapter in this whole book actually. Here is how you find your one sentence why without overthinking it too much today. First, sit alone in a quiet room with a pen and a piece of paper. Second, complete this exact sentence starter with whatever comes to your mind first. I keep going because I refuse to let win. Third, fill in that blank with a real fear, a real person, or a real pain. Fourth, do not judge your answer as silly or small or strange to anyone else. Fifth, write that sentence on 3 different sticky notes in big, bold letters. Sixth, put those sticky notes where you will see them every single morning when you wake up. Follow these steps to test if your sentence is strong enough to hold you during hard times. Step 1. Read your sentence out loud 5 times in a row without stopping at all. Step 2. Notice if your chest feels warmer or your eyes feel wetter after reading it. Step 3. Ask yourself if this sentence makes you want to move even a little bit. Step 4. If nothing happens, try a different blank like, I keep going because I want. Step 5. Keep trying different endings until one of them makes your heart beat faster. Step 6. When you find the one that hurts and helps at the same time, you have found your why. Here is some extra knowledge that might surprise you about how motivation really works. Your why does not need to be noble or kind or good for other people at all. Your why can be anger at someone who said you would never make it in life. Your why can be fear of ending up in a place you hate forever and always. Your why can be love for a child who needs to see you never give up fighting. Your why can even be pure stubbornness because you hate losing more than anything else. The most important thing is that your why feels true to you right now today. You can change your why next month or next year when you grow and learn more. Just have a why today, even if it is ugly, because no why means no fire to burn. This chapter ends with a challenge that feels uncomfortable but works like magic for real. Write down 3 different possible why sentences, even if they feel embarrassing to say out loud. Pick the one that makes your stomach tighten the most when you read it quietly. Put that sentence as your phone wallpaper for 7 full days without changing it. Every time you see it, say it silently in your head 3 times very slowly. Notice how many times you almost quit, but your sentence stopped you from falling. After 7 days, decide if this sentence still works or if you need a new one. Keep changing your why as you change, but never walk without holding one in your hand. A person with a why can survive almost anyhow, as a wise person once said to me. Chapter 4. The 5-Minute Meltdown Aloud. You have been told your whole life that strong people do not cry or shout or fall apart. That is one of the biggest lies ever told to human beings who feel things deeply. Strong people do fall apart, but they do it on purpose and for a short time only. Holding your feelings inside is like shaking a soda bottle and never opening the lid. Eventually, that bottle will explode everywhere and make a huge, dangerous mess for everyone. A 5-minute meltdown is you opening the lid just a little bit on purpose. You let the pressure out safely so you can close the lid and keep moving forward. This chapter gives you permission to fall apart the right way without breaking completely. The reason this works better than pretending to be fine is very simple to understand. Suppressing your emotions uses up energy that you need for actually doing your work today. Every time you swallow a tear or hide your anger, you lose a little bit of fuel. After a few days of swallowing, you have no fuel left for your dream at all. But when you let yourself feel fully for 5 minutes, you drain the bad feelings out. After those 5 minutes, your mind feels lighter and clearer like a washed window. You stop fighting yourself and start using all your energy for moving forward instead. This is why therapists everywhere recommend scheduled crying or screaming or writing angry letters. Here is how you have a safe meltdown that helps instead of hurts your progress today. First, find a private spot where no one can see or hear you for 5 minutes. Second, set a timer on your phone for exactly 5 minutes, not 1 second more. Third, tell yourself out loud that for 5 minutes you are allowed to feel everything. Fourth, cry, shout into a pillow, write angry words, or punch a soft bed repeatedly. Fifth, do not judge any feeling that comes up during these 5 minutes at all. Sixth, when the timer rings, stop immediately and wash your face with cold water. Follow these exact steps every time you feel like exploding or disappearing from your life completely. Step 1. Close the door to your room or go sit inside your parked car alone. Step 2. Set the timer and take 3 deep breaths before you start anything at all. Step 3. Let the first feeling out without thinking about whether it is fair or right. Step 4. Keep letting feelings out until the timer shows only 1 minute remaining. Step 5. Use the last minute to take deep breaths and remind yourself that you are safe. Step 6. After the timer rings, drink a full glass of water and look out a window for 1 minute. Here is some extra knowledge about emotions that most schools never teach you at all. Your emotions are like waves in the ocean that rise, crash, and then disappear completely. The average intense emotion only lasts for 90 seconds if you do not feed it with thoughts. When you keep thinking about why you are sad, you feed the sadness and it grows bigger. When you just feel the sadness without thinking, it passes away much faster than you expect. A 5-minute meltdown gives you enough time to feel the wave without drowning in it forever. After 5 minutes, the chemical rush in your brain calms down naturally on its own. You do not need to fix your problems during the meltdown. Just feel them and let them pass. This knowledge will save you hours of suffering once you learn to trust its simple truth. This chapter wants you to try a scary but freeing experiment tomorrow morning when you wake up. Schedule a 5-minute meltdown time on your calendar just like you schedule meetings or meals. When the time comes, sit alone and think about the thing that makes you want to quit the most. Let yourself feel angry or sad or scared for the whole 5 minutes without stopping any feeling. When the timer rings, stand up, stretch your arms and say, "I am done with that feeling for now." Notice how much lighter your chest feels after allowing yourself this small release of pressure. Do this experiment 3 times this week and watch how much easier it is to keep going. You will learn that feelings are not enemies to hide, they are visitors to welcome briefly. And after they leave, you will still be standing, ready to take another small step forward. Chapter 5. Your past self was brave, borrow that. You have forgotten how many times you already survived something that felt impossible at the time. Your past self fought battles that your present tired self cannot even remember fighting at all. That past self was brave, maybe even braver than you feel right now today. The good news is that you can borrow that bravery whenever you need it the most. Your past victories are not gone forever like old photos in a dusty box. They are living inside your bones and your blood and your memory waiting to be used. This chapter will teach you how to travel back in time and steal strength from yourself. You are richer than you know because you have already won more fights than you can count. The reason borrowing from your past self works so well is simple and powerful at once. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a real memory and a strongly imagined memory easily. When you remember a time you did not quit, your brain feels that victory again today. Your body releases the same chemicals it released when you actually won that old fight. This means you can give yourself a dose of courage just by remembering your own history. You do not need anyone else to cheer for you because your past self is your biggest fan. That past version of you wants today's version of you to keep fighting and winning again. This is not pretend or fake motivation. This is using your own brain's amazing abilities to help yourself. Here is how you borrow bravery from your past self starting right now this minute. First, close your eyes and think back to one hard thing you already finished completely. Second, choose a memory where you almost quit but you decided to take one more step. Third, see that past version of yourself in your mind as clearly as you can see it. Fourth, notice what that past you was wearing, feeling, and saying to themselves at that time. Fifth, ask that past you for permission to borrow their strength for today's fight. Sixth, take a deep breath and imagine their courage flowing into your chest like warm light. Follow these steps to write a letter from your past self to your tired present self today. Step 1. Take a piece of paper and write "Dear Present Me" at the top of the page. Step 2. Write as your past self who survived something hard and almost quit doing it. Step 3. Include these words somewhere in the letter if they feel true to you. Remember when you thought you could not make it, but you did make it anyway. Step 4. Describe one specific moment from that old battle that felt impossible but passed away. Step 5. End the letter with, "You have done this before, and you can do it again today." Step 6. Read this letter out loud every morning for 3 days in a row without missing one day. Here is some extra knowledge about memory and motivation that scientists have proven many times. Your brain has something called autobiographical memory that stores your personal history like a library. Every time you remember a success, you strengthen the neural pathways that create confidence in your mind. Every time you forget a success, you weaken those same pathways and feel more afraid instead. This is why writing down your wins is not silly. It is actually very smart and helpful. Successful people keep what they call a victory log, or win file, for exactly this reason. When they feel like quitting, they open that file and remember 5 times they did not quit before. The evidence that you can keep going is already inside your own history waiting to be found. Go find it today because your past self already paid the price for your present courage. This chapter ends with a challenge that will build your own victory library one memory at a time. Find a small notebook or a notes app on your phone and title it, "Times I Did Not Quit." Write down 3 memories right now of hard things you finished even when you wanted to stop. Add 1 new memory every week for the next 2 months without skipping any week at all. When you feel the quit feeling coming to visit you, open this notebook and read 1 old victory slowly. Notice how your breathing changes and your shoulders relax when you see proof of your own strength. You will realize that the person who could not quit back then is the same person standing here today. That person is still alive inside you, still fighting, still refusing to give up forever. Borrow their fire whenever yours runs low, and you will never truly run out of fuel to burn. Chapter 6. Make a done list, not a to-do list. You probably start every day with a long list of things you have not done yet but should do. That to-do list makes you feel behind before you have even taken your first morning breath. Every time you look at it, you see failure and incompleteness staring back at your tired eyes. This is a terrible way to motivate yourself, yet almost everyone does it every single day. There is a better way that will change how you see yourself and your progress completely. A done list is simply a list of what you already finished, no matter how small each item seems. This tiny shift in focus turns you from a failure into a winner before breakfast time even arrives. Let me show you how this simple trick will save your motivation when you want to quit the most. The reason done lists work better than to-do lists is hiding in your brain's chemistry right now. Your brain releases a small amount of dopamine when you complete any task at all successfully. Dopamine is the chemical that makes you feel good and want to keep doing more things. A to-do list shows you only what you have not done, so you get 0 dopamine hits from looking at it. A done list shows you what you have already done, so you get many dopamine hits at once. Those small hits add up to a feeling of momentum and capability that pushes you forward naturally. You stop feeling like a loser who cannot finish anything and start feeling like a winner who finished many things. This is not positive thinking nonsense. This is using your brain's reward system to help yourself keep going. Here is how you start your done list tonight before you go to sleep peacefully. First, take any piece of paper or open a blank note on your phone right now. Second, write the words "Today I did" at the top of that page in big friendly letters. Third, think back over your whole day from morning until this exact moment right now. Fourth, write down everything you finished, including getting out of bed and eating food today. Fifth, add brushing your teeth, sending 1 email, or washing 3 dishes to your list as well. Sixth, read your done list out loud to yourself and say, "Good job," after each item you read. Follow these steps every single evening to build your new done list habit strongly. Step 1. Set a daily alarm on your phone for 9 o'clock that says "Done list time." Step 2. When the alarm rings, stop whatever you are doing and pick up your done list notebook. Step 3. Write down at least 3 things you finished, even if they feel too small to count. Step 4. Include things like got out of bed on hard days because that truly counts as a win. Step 5. After writing your list, take a photo of it and save it in a folder called My Wins. Step 6. Read your done list one more time right before you close your eyes to sleep at night. Here is some extra knowledge about momentum that athletes and business owners use to win every day. Momentum is not a magical force that appears from nowhere and disappears just as mysteriously. Momentum is the result of seeing small wins stack on top of each other like building bricks. Each small win makes the next small win feel slightly easier than the last win felt. This is why starting your day with a tiny, easy win is more valuable than planning a huge, difficult task. Making your bed, drinking water, or stretching for 2 minutes can be your first win of the morning. That first win creates a small wave of momentum that carries you into the second win much easier. Your done list at night captures all those small wins so you can see the wave you rode all day. When you want to quit, looking at your done list shows you that you are already moving forward, not standing still. This chapter challenges you to replace your to-do list with a done list for just 7 days only. Put your to-do list away in a drawer and do not look at it for 1 full week ahead. Each morning, instead of planning what you have not done, just start doing one small thing immediately. Each night, write your done list with at least 5 items, no matter how tiny each item appears to be. At the end of 7 days, compare how you felt this week versus how you felt last week normally. Notice if you felt less anxious, less behind, and more proud of yourself than usual this week. You will likely discover that the done list made you want to do more, not less, than before. The strange truth is that celebrating what you did makes you want to do even more tomorrow. Stop measuring your life by what is missing and start measuring by what is already there in your hands. Chapter 7. The Future You Trick. Imagine yourself 6 months from today, looking back at this exact moment right now. That future version of you knows whether you kept going or whether you stopped forever. That future version of you is either grateful or disappointed based on what you choose to do today. This is not magic or science fiction. It is a powerful mental trick that changes everything forever. You can talk to that future person and ask them what they need from you right now. They will answer you if you learn to listen in the right way at the right time. This chapter will teach you how to use your imagination to borrow wisdom from tomorrow. Your future self is not a stranger. They are simply you with more experience and hopefully more rest. The reason this trick works so well comes from how your brain handles time and regret together. Your brain can imagine future events almost as clearly as it remembers past events most times. When you imagine your future self feeling proud, your brain releases hope chemicals that reduce your pain today. When you imagine your future self feeling regret, your brain releases fear chemicals that push you to act differently. Either emotion can be useful depending on what you need to hear at this exact moment. The key is that your future self has already seen the outcome of quitting or continuing forward. They know whether the hard work was worth it or whether quitting was a mistake forever. Why would you not ask for their advice when they have information that you do not have yet today? Here is how you meet your future self and ask for their guidance starting right now. First, close your eyes and take 5 slow, deep breaths to calm your busy mind completely. Second, imagine yourself 6 months older, standing in a room that feels comfortable and safe to you. Third, notice what future you is wearing, how they stand, and what expression is on their face today. Fourth, ask future you this exact question out loud or silently in your mind right now. What do you need me to do today so you can be proud of me later? Fifth, wait quietly for an answer and do not force any words to come out quickly. Sixth, trust the first answer that appears, even if it sounds simple or strange to your ears today. Follow these steps to write a letter from your future self to your present tired self today. Step 1. Take a piece of paper and write, "Dear present me" at the top of the empty page. Step 2. Write as your future self 6 months from now who knows what happened next. Step 3. Include a specific memory of a day you almost quit, but decided to take one more step. Step 4. Describe how that one more step led to something good that you could not see at the time. Step 5. End the letter with these exact words if they feel true to your situation today. Just one more day, please. That is all I ask from you right now. One more day. Step 6. Put this letter in an envelope and open it only when you feel like quitting the most. Here is some extra knowledge about how successful people use future thinking to win every day. Studies show that people who vividly imagine their future selves make better decisions in the present moment. They save more money, exercise more often, and quit bad habits faster than other people do. This happens because the future self feels real to them, not like a stranger they will never meet. When your future self feels real, you do not want to disappoint them with lazy choices today. You also do not want to steal happiness from them by quitting right before a breakthrough happens. The most successful people talk to their future selves every morning for just 2 minutes only. They ask, "What would future me thank me for doing today?" And then they do that thing first. You can do this same exercise right now and feel the difference in your motivation immediately. This chapter challenges you to have a real conversation with your future self tomorrow morning. Set aside 5 minutes when you first wake up before you check your phone or email at all. Sit in a quiet spot and close your eyes and imagine future you sitting across from you smiling. Ask future you one simple question. What is the one thing I should do today that matters most? Listen to the answer without judging whether it is the answer you wanted to hear at all. Then stand up and do that one thing before you do anything else on your list for the day. Repeat this exercise every morning for 2 weeks and write down what future you says each time. You will notice a pattern forming, and that pattern is the path you were always meant to walk. Your future self is waiting to thank you, but first you have to do the work that earns that thank you today. Chapter 8. Cut one big thing into tiny pebbles. A mountain looks impossible to climb when you stare at the whole thing from the bottom. Your dream looks impossible to finish when you hold the entire picture in your mind at once. This is not because your dream is actually impossible. It is because your brain is overwhelmed today. Your brain sees a mountain and thinks, "I cannot move that much dirt and rock at all." But you do not need to move the whole mountain. You just need to move one small pebble. Then another pebble, until one day the mountain is gone completely. This chapter will teach you how to cut any big thing into pieces so small they feel boring. And boring is good because boring means you will actually do it without quitting halfway through. The reason cutting big things into tiny pieces works so well is hiding in your fear response. Your brain's fear center activates when a task looks too large for your current energy level. That fear center shuts down your thinking brain and makes you want to run away from the task. But when you break the task into tiny steps, each step looks easy and safe to your brain. Your fear center stays quiet because there is nothing scary about writing 3 sentences or walking 2 minutes. Your thinking brain stays in control, and you can actually start working without fighting yourself first. Starting is the hardest part of any task, and tiny pieces make starting feel almost effortless to do. This is why the smallest step is always more valuable than the best plan that never begins at all. Here is how you cut any mountain into pebbles using nothing but a pen and paper today. First, write down your big goal that feels impossible to finish right now this minute. Second, ask yourself, what is the very first thing I would do if I started this today? Third, write down that first thing as step 1, even if it still feels a little bit big to you. Fourth, look at step 1 and ask, can I cut this into 3 even smaller pieces somehow? Fifth, keep cutting each piece until you find a step that takes less than 2 minutes to finish. Sixth, celebrate because you just turned a mountain into a pile of pebbles that you can actually carry now. Follow these steps every time you feel frozen by a goal that seems too big to touch today. Step 1, take your big scary goal and write it at the top of a fresh piece of paper. Step 2, draw a line under the goal and write the number 1 with a circle around it. Step 3, write the smallest possible first action next to number 1 without overthinking at all. Step 4, Repeat this until you have at least 10 steps that each take less than 5 minutes. Step 5. Look at step 1 again and ask if you can make it even smaller than it already is. Step 6. Put a check mark next to step 1 and do only that step, nothing else from the list today. Here is some extra knowledge about how professional creators and builders avoid feeling overwhelmed every day. Novelists do not write an entire book. They write one sentence and then another sentence after that. Builders do not construct an entire house. They lay one brick and then another brick after that. Chefs do not cook a whole meal. They chop one vegetable and then another vegetable after that. Every big thing in human history was built one tiny piece at a time by someone who felt scared. The difference between those people and everyone else is that they started the first tiny piece anyway. They did not wait until they felt ready or brave or sure of the whole path ahead of them. They simply asked, "What is the smallest step I can take right now?" And then they took it. You can do exactly the same thing starting today, and you do not need any special permission to begin. This chapter challenges you to test the pebble method on something you have been avoiding for weeks now. Choose one task that makes you feel tired just thinking about starting it at all today. Cut that task into at least 20 tiny steps, even if some steps seem silly or too small to count. Write each step on a separate small piece of paper and put them all in a bowl or a cup. Each day, pull out one piece of paper and do only that step and nothing else at all. When you finish that step, throw the paper away and feel proud of moving one pebble off the mountain. Do not look at the other steps still in the bowl, just focus on the one piece in your hand today. You will be shocked how quickly the bowl empties when you stop worrying about the whole mountain at once. This is how normal people finish extraordinary things, one boring tiny pebble at a time every single day. Chapter 9. Find your keep going song or smell or spot. Your brain loves patterns and shortcuts more than you will ever truly understand completely. Every time you hear a certain song, your brain remembers the first time you heard that song before. Every time you smell a certain candle, your brain remembers the last time you smelled that candle in the past. This is called a trigger, and triggers can either hurt you or help you every single day. A bad trigger makes you feel sad or tired or hopeless without you even knowing why you feel that way. A good trigger makes you feel strong or brave or ready to fight without any effort at all. This chapter will help you build good triggers that flip your brain into keep going mode instantly. You will create a switch that turns on your motivation whenever you need it the most. The reason this works comes from a famous experiment you may have learned about in school before. A scientist named Pavlov rang a bell every time he fed his dog some tasty meat to eat. After doing this many times, the dogs started drooling when they heard the bell even without any meat. Their brains had learned that bell equals food, so their bodies prepared for food automatically every time. You can do the exact same thing with your own brain and your own motivation to keep going. You can pick a song, a smell, a chair, or a drink and attach it to your keep going feeling. After you do this enough times, that song will make you feel ready to fight without thinking at all. This is not magic. It is just how every human brain works, including your beautiful tired brain right now. Here is how you choose your keep going trigger and train your brain to use it well. First, pick one thing that you do not experience very often in your normal daily life. Second, choose a song that makes your chest feel warm, or a candle with a strong, clean smell. Third, find a specific chair or spot in your home that you do not use for anything else usually. Fourth, decide that this thing will be your keep-going trigger from this day forward forever. Fifth, make sure this trigger is easy to access when you feel tired and want to quit the most. Sixth, avoid using this trigger for anything else, especially relaxing or sleeping or giving up at all. Follow these steps to train your brain to connect your trigger with keep-going energy. Step 1. Wait until you have a small win or a moment of feeling strong and capable today. Step 2. At that exact moment, play your song or light your candle or sit in your special chair. Step 3. Stay with the trigger for 2 full minutes while you remember the feeling of not quitting. Step 4. Say out loud, "This is my keep going signal," while you experience the trigger actively. Step 5. Repeat this training at least 10 times over the next 3 to 5 days ahead. Step 6. When you feel like quitting, use your trigger and notice if your body responds with more energy and hope. Here is some extra knowledge about how elite athletes use triggers before every single competition. Olympic swimmers listen to the same song before every race to trigger their best performance ever. Basketball players touch a certain spot on their shoes before every free throw they take in games. Boxers smell the same oil or lotion before every fight to prepare their minds for battle. These are not superstitions or silly habits that have no real meaning or purpose at all. These are carefully built triggers that tell the brain, it is time to perform now, not time to be scared. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a race and a work project when it comes to triggers. The same science that helps Olympic winners can help you finish your homework or your art or your business. Build your trigger today and use it like the powerful tool that it truly is for your motivation. This chapter challenges you to build one keep-going trigger and test it for 14 full days. Choose a song that you have never used as an alarm or a ringtone for your phone before today. For 2 weeks, play that song only when you finish something hard or take a brave step forward. Do not play it for relaxing, sleeping, driving, or any other normal daily activity at all. After 2 weeks, wait until you feel the quit feeling coming to visit you late at night. Play that song and notice what happens inside your chest and your hands and your breathing. You will likely feel a small surge of energy that was not there before you heard the first notes. That surge is your brain saying, "Oh, this is keep going time. Let us wake up and fight now." Keep using your trigger until it becomes automatic, and quitting will have to fight against your own brain to win. Chapter 10. The Garbage First Draft Permission. You have been taught that everything you make must be good, right, and perfect from the very start. This is the single biggest reason why talented people quit before they ever show the world their gifts. Perfect is not a goal. Perfect is a wall that stops you from even beginning your journey at all. The secret that successful people know is that every masterpiece started as a pile of garbage first. The first pancake is always ugly. The first song is always messy. The first book is always terrible. But you cannot fix something that does not exist yet in the world at all today. You can only fix something after you have made it, no matter how ugly that first version looks. This chapter gives you full permission to be bad, to be messy, and to be terrible on purpose. The reason garbage first drafts work better than perfect plans is hiding in how learning actually happens. Your brain learns by making mistakes and then correcting those mistakes over time repeatedly. If you never make a mistake, your brain never gets the chance to learn anything new at all. A perfect plan that never starts teaches you nothing, but a bad start that you finish teaches you everything. The first version of anything is just you having a conversation with yourself about what might work well. The second version is you learning from the first conversation and making small improvements slowly. The 10th version might actually be good, but you would never reach version 10 without version 1. This is why giving yourself permission to be bad is the most important permission you will ever give yourself today. Here is how you give yourself garbage first draft permission starting right now this minute. First, look at the thing you have been avoiding because you want it to be perfect today. Second, say these exact words out loud to yourself in a firm and kind voice at once. I give myself full permission to do this badly for 20 minutes only. Third, set a timer on your phone for exactly 20 minutes and put the phone face down. Fourth, start doing the thing as badly as you possibly can without judging yourself at all. Fifth, make a mess, write nonsense, draw ugly lines, or sing the wrong notes on purpose. Sixth, when the timer rings, stop immediately and do not look at what you made until tomorrow morning. Follow these steps every time perfectionism tries to stop you from starting anything important today. Step 1. Write the words garbage first draft in big letters on a piece of paper. Step 2. Tape that paper to your wall where you will see it every time you sit down to work. Step 3. Set a timer for 20 minutes and tell yourself that ugly work is still real work today. Step 4. Forbid yourself from erasing, deleting, or changing anything during those 20 minutes at all. Step 5. When the timer rings, close your notebook or turn off your screen without looking back. Step 6. Reward yourself with a small treat for finishing a garbage draft, because finishing is the only thing that matters today. Here is some extra knowledge about how famous creators used garbage-first drafts to change the world forever. Ernest Hemingway rewrote the ending to one of his books 39 times before he liked it. He said the first draft of anything is garbage, and he was one of the best writers who ever lived. Pixar movies take years to make because the first story is always terrible and needs many fixes. They expect the first version to be bad, so they are not surprised or sad when it is bad at all. The difference between professionals and amateurs is that professionals expect garbage first and plan to fix it later. Amateurs expect perfection first and quit when they do not achieve something that never existed before. You are not an amateur anymore because you now know the secret that perfection is the enemy of done. Make garbage today so you can make gold tomorrow, because gold cannot appear without garbage first being on the page. This chapter challenges you to make one garbage-first draft of something you have been scared to start. It could be a letter, a drawing, a song, a business idea, or even just a messy room clean up. Set your timer for 20 minutes and forbid yourself from doing anything except making that mess completely. When the timer rings, walk away and do not look at what you made until tomorrow morning at the earliest. The next day, look at your garbage draft and find one small thing that is not completely terrible at all. Fix that one small thing and then find another small thing to fix after you finish the first fix. Keep fixing one small thing at a time until the garbage starts to look like something you might actually like. You will discover that fixing is fun, but starting is scary, so your only job today is to start badly. And starting badly is infinitely better than never starting at all, because starting badly is still starting. Chapter 11. Who is watching you? The silent cheerleader. You probably think you are doing this hard thing completely alone with no one who cares at all. But there is almost always someone watching you, even if you cannot see them standing there right now. That someone might be a younger sibling who looks up to you more than you know today. That someone might be a future child who will one day ask if you ever gave up on your dream. That someone might be a friend who is fighting their own battle and watching how you fight yours. That someone might even be a past version of yourself who dreamed of becoming exactly who you are today. This chapter will help you find your silent cheerleader who wants you to keep going more than anything else. You are not alone, and knowing that will give you strength when your own strength runs out completely. The reason thinking of your silent cheerleader works so well is simple and deeply human at once. Human beings are social animals who fight harder when we know someone else is counting on us to win. Your brain releases different chemicals when you are fighting for yourself versus fighting for someone else. Fighting for yourself feels optional, like you can stop whenever you want without hurting anyone else at all. Fighting for someone else feels necessary, like stopping would let that person down in a real way. Your silent cheerleader does not need to know they are your cheerleader for this trick to work perfectly. You can keep them a secret in your heart, and that secret will still give you extra fuel to burn. This is why soldiers fight for the person next to them, not for flags or countries or ideas alone. Here is how you find your silent cheerleader and keep them with you during hard times today. First, close your eyes and think of one person who would be sad if you quit forever. Second, this person could be real, imagined, living, passed away, or even not born yet today. Third, picture their face clearly in your mind and remember a sound they make when they are happy. Fourth, ask yourself this question out loud and wait for the answer to appear in your heart. What would they say to me right now if they could see how tired I am today? Fifth, imagine them putting a hand on your shoulder and telling you to rest but not quit completely. Sixth, carry their imaginary hand on your shoulder for the rest of today as you take small steps forward. Follow these steps to make your silent cheerleader real enough to help you during quit moments. Step 1. Write down the name of your silent cheerleader on a small piece of paper today. Step 2. Draw a simple smiley face next to their name so you remember they are on your team. Step 3. Put that paper in your wallet or your pocket where you will feel it throughout the day. Step 4. Whenever you want to quit, touch the paper and say their name 3 times softly to yourself. Step 5. Ask yourself, what would they want me to do right now in this exact moment? Step 6. Do that thing, even if it is just taking one breath or standing up from your chair. Here is some extra knowledge about how community and connection fuel human endurance more than anything else. Studies of people who survived impossible situations all share one thing in common together. They all had someone they did not want to disappoint, either real or imagined in their minds. Prisoners of war survived by thinking of their mothers waiting for them at home every single day. Mountain climbers kept moving by picturing their children's faces when they were ready to give up and die. Cancer patients finished difficult treatments by remembering a grandchild's birthday they refused to miss at all. You do not need a crowd of people cheering for you to benefit from this powerful survival tool. You just need one person, one face, one name that makes quitting feel like letting someone down forever. Find that person today and let them be the reason you take one more step when you have nothing left inside you. This chapter challenges you to become someone else's silent cheerleader by the end of this week. Think of one person you know who is fighting a hard battle and might want to quit very soon. Do not tell them you are their cheerleader. Just decide in your heart that you will be that for them. Every time you want to quit your own battle, think of them and decide to keep going for their sake too. Imagine them watching you not quit, and let that image give them strength even if they never know about it. Secretly hope that they are doing the same thing for you without either of you ever saying a word about it. This silent exchange of strength between two tired people is one of the most beautiful things humans can do. You are never truly alone because somewhere someone is fighting while thinking of you fighting too. Keep going for them, and they will keep going for you. And together, you will both reach places neither could reach alone. Chapter 12. The Quit Log, Quit Small Things to Save Big Things. You have been told that quitting is always bad, and that winners never quit anything at all ever. This is another lie that stops good people from protecting their most important dreams from dying. Winners quit things all the time. They just quit the right things and keep the important things alive. Every day you have a limited amount of energy, time, and attention to spend on your life. If you say yes to everything, you are actually saying no to your biggest dream without realizing it. Saying no to small things is how you say yes to big things that truly matter to your heart. This chapter will teach you how to keep a quit log that protects your main goal from dying. You will learn to quit small things on purpose, so you never have to quit your big dream by accident. The reason a quit log works better than just trying harder is hiding in your energy limits. You cannot do everything, no matter how much coffee you drink or how early you wake up in the morning. Trying to do everything spreads your energy so thin that nothing gets the fuel it needs to grow. Your big dream needs consistent energy over a long time, not tiny bursts of energy here and there. Every small thing you quit gives that energy back to your big dream immediately without any waste. A quit log helps you see exactly where your energy is leaking out like water from a cracked bucket. When you see the leaks, you can plug them one by one and watch your big dream finally get enough water to live and grow. Here is how you start your quit log today using nothing but a notebook and an honest heart. First, take a fresh page in your notebook and draw a line down the middle of that page. Second, write "quit this" on the left side and "saved energy for" on the right side of the line. Third, think of one small habit that uses your energy but does not help your big dream at all. Fourth, write that habit on the left side and write your big dream on the right side next to it. Fifth, commit to quitting that small habit for just 7 days as a test to see what happens. Sixth, at the end of 7 days, notice if you have more energy for your dream than before you quit. Follow these steps every week to keep your quit log fresh and useful for your motivation. Step 1. Set aside 15 minutes every Sunday evening to review your quit log from the past week. Step 2. Look at the left side and ask, did quitting this small thing help me or not at all? Step 3. If quitting helped, keep that habit on your quit list for another week ahead. Step 4. If quitting did not help, you can add that small habit back into your normal life again. Step 5. Look for one new small thing to quit each week that drains energy from your big dream. Step 6. Celebrate everything you quit by saying, I am protecting my dream, out loud with pride. Here is some extra knowledge about how successful people use strategic quitting to win more often. Warren Buffett, one of the richest people alive, has a simple rule for deciding what to quit. He makes a list of his top 25 goals and then circles the top 5 most important ones. Then he tells everyone that the other 20 goals are now on his avoid at all costs list completely. He knows that those 20 good goals will kill his 5 great goals if he pays attention to them at all. This is because attention is a limited resource, and good things steal attention from great things every single day. You do not need to be a millionaire to use this same strategy in your own life and work today. Make a list of everything you spend energy on. Circle the 3 most important things for your dream. Then quit everything else, not because those things are bad, but because your dream needs all the fuel you have to give. This chapter challenges you to quit 3 small things this week and write them in your quit log right now. Choose one thing that steals your time, one thing that steals your energy, and one thing that steals your attention every day. Your time thief might be scrolling on your phone for an extra hour before bed every single night. Your energy thief might be saying yes to meetings or favors that leave you exhausted and empty inside. Your attention thief might be checking news or social media right when you sit down to do your real work. Quit all 3 of these thieves for just 7 days and write down what happens to your big dream's progress. You will likely be shocked at how much energy you were wasting on things that do not even matter to you. Everything you quit is a gift you give to your future self who is still fighting to finish that dream. Protect your dream like a mother protects a child, and quit anything that tries to steal your attention away from what matters most. Chapter 13. Go slower, not backward. When you want to quit, even normal speed can feel like running a race with no finish line at all. Your legs feel heavy, your mind feels foggy, and every step forward feels like climbing up a steep hill. In this state, trying to go fast will only make you want to stop completely and never move again. But there is a third option between fast forward and full stop that most people never consider at all. You can go slower, much slower, almost painfully slow, but still moving forward every single day. Going slower means you are still in the race, even if you are crawling instead of running right now. Going backward means you are quitting, and that is the only real failure that exists in this journey. This chapter will convince you that slow is not bad. Slow is just slow, and slow still counts as winning. The reason going slower works better than stopping is hiding in the physics of motion and rest. A moving object takes less energy to keep moving than a stopped object takes to start moving again. This is called momentum, and momentum is your best friend when you want to quit but cannot stop completely. When you slow down, you keep your momentum alive, even if that momentum is just a tiny whisper of movement. When you stop completely, you lose all your momentum and have to spend huge energy to start again later. Most people who quit do not plan to quit forever. They just plan to stop for a little while to rest. But stopping completely makes starting again feel impossible, so the little while becomes forever without meaning to. Going slower prevents this trap and keeps the door open for you to speed up again when you have more energy later. Here is how you go slower instead of backward starting right now this very minute. First, look at your normal daily goal and admit that it feels impossible to finish today at all. Second, cut that goal by 90%, leaving only 10% of the original goal remaining to do. Third, if your normal goal was to write 1 page, your slow goal is to write 2 sentences only. Fourth, if your normal goal was to exercise for 1 hour, your slow goal is to stretch for 6 minutes. Fifth, if your normal goal was to clean the whole house, your slow goal is to wash 3 dishes only. Sixth, Do that tiny 10% goal and then stop with no guilt because you are still moving forward today. Follow these steps whenever your energy is low but you refuse to let your dream die completely. Step 1. Write down what your normal full speed goal looks like on a normal good day for you. Step 2. Cross out that goal and write a new goal that is 10% of the original size. Step 3. Set a timer for 10 minutes and work on that tiny goal without thinking about the rest. Step 4. When the timer rings, check if you have finished your 10% goal for the day already. Step 5. If you finished early, you are done for the day. Congratulations on moving forward slowly today. Step 6. If you did not finish, keep going until you finish, but do not add any extra work at all. Here is some extra knowledge about how slow progress beats fast quitting in every single race. The story of the tortoise and the hare is not just a children's tale with a simple moral at the end. It is a scientific fact that consistency beats intensity when you are playing the long game of life. The hare ran fast, got tired, took a nap, and lost the race because he stopped moving completely. The tortoise moved slowly but never stopped, so he crossed the finish line while the hare was still sleeping. Your dream is not a sprint. It is a marathon that has no official time limit at all. You do not get extra points for finishing fast. You only get points for finishing it all in the end. Going slow means you are still a tortoise, and the tortoise wins every time the hare decides to take a nap and quit. Be the tortoise today, tomorrow, and every day until your dream is done, because slow and finished beats fast and quit forever. This chapter challenges you to have a slow day on purpose sometime in the next 3 days ahead. Choose a day when you have no urgent deadlines and no one is waiting for your work to be finished. On that morning, decide that you will move at half speed or even quarter speed compared to your normal pace. Do every task more slowly than usual, walking slower, typing slower, thinking slower than your normal rhythm. When you finish something, pause for a moment and notice that you still finished even though you moved slowly. At the end of this slow day, ask yourself if moving slowly felt better or worse than stopping completely would have felt. You will likely discover that slow still feels like winning, while stopped feels like losing your place in the race forever. Keep this memory for the next time you want to quit, and choose slow instead of stop. Slow is still alive. Slow is still fighting. Slow is still you refusing to give up on the dream that lives inside your heart today. Chapter 14. Ask what if I don't quit, instead of should I quit? The question you ask yourself determines the answer your brain will find and give back to you. If you ask, should I quit? Your brain will search for all the reasons why quitting makes sense today. It will find those reasons easily because quitting always makes some sense when you are tired and hurt. But if you ask, what if I do not quit? Your brain will search for all the reasons to keep going instead. It will find those reasons too, because there are always reasons to keep going hidden beneath the pain. This simple change in wording can be the difference between giving up and pushing through to the other side. This chapter will teach you to stop asking the quitting question and start asking the continuing question instead. You will learn to train your brain to find hope instead of finding excuses to stop trying. The reason this trick works comes from how your brain is built to answer any question you ask it honestly. Your brain is a problem-solving machine that hates leaving questions unanswered at any time. When you ask a question, your brain immediately starts looking for evidence to support a possible answer. If the question is negative, your brain finds negative evidence to match that negative question perfectly. If the question is positive, your brain finds positive evidence to match that positive question as well. You are not lying to yourself by asking a positive question. You are just directing your brain's search engine differently. Both answers exist inside your situation. The quitting reasons and the continuing reasons live side by side every day. You get to choose which question you ask, and that choice decides which answer your brain will find and give to you. Here is how you change your question from quitting to continuing starting right now today. First, notice every time you hear yourself asking, should I just quit this already? In your mind. Second, stop that thought right there and say, no, let me ask a better question instead out loud. Third, replace the quitting question with this exact question spoken clearly to yourself at once. What could happen if I keep going for just one more week? Fourth, let your brain search for answers without judging whether those answers are realistic or not. Fifth, write down every answer your brain gives you, even the small or silly-sounding ones that appear. Sixth, compare the quitting answers you found before with the continuing answers you just wrote down right now. Follow these steps every time the quit question appears in your mind during hard days ahead. Step 1. Write both questions on a sticky note and put it where you will see it often. Should I quit? On the left, and what if I don't quit? On the right side of the note. Step 2. Whenever you feel stuck, look at the left question and notice how it makes your chest feel heavy. Step 3. Then look at the right question and notice how it makes your chest feel slightly lighter than before. Step 4. Ask the right question out loud 3 times, each time with a different emphasis on different words. Step 5. Take one small action based on the answer your brain gave you from the right question only. Step 6. At the end of the week, count how many times you chose the right question instead of the left question. Here is some extra knowledge about how fear of regret is stronger than fear of failure in most human brains. Scientists have studied this question for decades and found the same result every single time. People regret the chances they did not take far more than the chances they took and failed it completely. The pain of wondering, what if, lasts for years or decades, while the pain of failing lasts for weeks or months only. When you ask, what if I don't quit? You are touching that deep fear of regret that lives inside every human heart. That fear is a powerful motivator because no one wants to grow old and wonder what could have been if they had kept going. Your future self will not be angry at you for trying and failing, but they will be angry at you for never trying at all. The people on their deathbeds never say, "I wish I had quit more often," to anyone who visits them. They say, "I wish I had kept going," or "I wish I had tried," or "I wish I had not been so scared." Ask the right question today so your future self can thank you instead of mourning what could have been if you had not quit. This chapter challenges you to ask the right question every morning for the next 30 days straight. When you wake up, before you check your phone or get out of bed, ask yourself one question only. What if I don't quit today? Then lie there for 60 seconds and let answers float into your mind without forcing them. The answers might be small, like "you would feel proud," or "you would be one day closer to your dream." Write down one answer each morning in a small notebook kept right next to your bed to use. At the end of 30 days, read back through all your answers and notice the pattern that appears clearly. You will see that your brain always finds reasons to keep going when you ask it to find those reasons. You will also see that those reasons were always there, hidden under the tiredness and fear that tried to bury them. Ask better questions, get better answers, take better actions, and become the person who never has to wonder, what if, ever again. Chapter 15. The last mile is a lie, there is always another mile. You have been told that if you just reach a certain point, the pain will end and you will finally be happy. You have been told that finishing this project, getting this job, or reaching this goal will be the end of struggle. This is a beautiful lie that keeps you running, but it is still a lie that will disappoint you eventually. The truth is that there is always another mile, another hill, another challenge waiting for you after each finish line. This sounds depressing at first, but it is actually the most freeing truth you will ever learn completely. If there is no final finish line, then you can stop rushing and start enjoying the walk itself instead. You can stop asking, "When will this end?" and start asking, "What can I see and learn today?" This final chapter will set you free from the lie of the last mile forever. The reason the last mile is a lie comes from how human nature and life itself actually work every day. As soon as you finish one goal, your brain immediately looks for a new goal to chase after next. This is called the hedonic treadmill, and it means you never stay satisfied with any achievement for very long. If happiness only came from finishing, you would be happy for a day and then sad again the next morning. But if happiness comes from the act of moving forward itself, You can be happy every single day of your life. The people who seem the happiest are not the ones who finish the most goals at all. They are the ones who learn to love the walking, the struggling, the learning, and the growing along the way. They stopped asking, how much further, and started asking, what is beautiful about this step right now? Here is how you stop chasing the last mile and start loving the journey itself today. First, admit that you have been telling yourself, I will be happy when I finish this for a long time. Second, ask yourself honestly if finishing past goals actually made you happy forever or just for a short while. Third, decide that today you will find one small thing to enjoy about the struggle itself, not the finish. Fourth, look at your current hard task and ask, what am I learning from this difficulty right now? Fifth, notice one skill you are building, one muscle you are strengthening, or one lesson you are learning today. Sixth, thank the struggle for teaching you that lesson, because easy roads never build strong people at all. Follow these steps every time you catch yourself saying, I just need to reach this point and then I can rest. Step 1. Pause and take 3 deep breaths before you continue moving forward at all today. Step 2. Look around and find one thing that is beautiful or interesting about where you are right now. Step 3. Ask yourself, if this last mile never ended, could I still find a reason to keep walking anyway? Step 4. Remind yourself that every step is making you stronger, not just the last step before the finish line. Step 5. Stop looking at the horizon and look at the ground directly under your feet for a moment. Step 6. Take one step, then look at the ground again, then take another step and repeat this slowly. Here is some extra knowledge about how the happiest people in the world think about finishing and starting again. Monks who have meditated for decades do not meditate to reach a final state of perfect peace forever. They meditate because the act of meditating itself is the peace they are looking for every single day. Artists do not hang the painting on a wall and never paint another picture again ever. They paint because the act of painting itself is the joy they are seeking with every brush stroke. Parents do not raise children to reach a final day when the children are fully grown and done completely. They raise children because the act of raising them is the love they get to experience every single day. Your dream is the same as meditation, painting, and raising children all mixed into one beautiful thing. The point of your dream is not to finish it. The point is that you get to wake up every day and chase it. That chasing is the gift, not the catching, and realizing this will make you never want to quit again. This chapter and this book end with a final challenge that will change how you see everything forever. Tomorrow morning, write down one reason why you are grateful for the struggle you are facing right now. Maybe the struggle is teaching you patience, or courage, or creativity, or simply how to rest when you need rest. Maybe the struggle is showing you who your real friends are when you have nothing left to give them back. Maybe the struggle is burning away the parts of you that were weak so only the strong parts remain standing tall. Find one reason to thank your struggle and write that reason on a card you carry with you every day. When you want to quit, read that card and remember that the last mile is a lie you do not need to believe anymore. You are not walking toward a finish line. You are walking on a path that has no end, and that is wonderful news. Because a path with no end means you never have to stop walking, and never stopping means you never have to quit at all. Conclusion. You have made it to the end of this book, which means you already know how to keep going better than you thought. You have learned that quitting is not your enemy, giving up is, and rest is your secret weapon to return stronger than before. You have discovered that tiny steps, done lists, garbage drafts, and silent cheerleaders can carry you through any dark night. You have seen that your past self was brave, your future self is counting on you, and the last mile is a beautiful lie that sets you free. You now have 15 tools in your box, and you do not need to use all of them at once ever. You just need to remember one thing when the quit feeling comes knocking on your door again tomorrow. That one thing is this: wanting to quit does not mean you are weak. It means you have been fighting for a long time. And fighters who keep fighting, even slowly, even badly, even while crying, are the ones who eventually win. So here is my final request to you. Dear tired hero who is still standing after all these pages. Put this book down and do one tiny thing from chapter 1 within the next 5 minutes right now. Write your one-sentence why from chapter 3 on a sticky note and put it on your bathroom mirror tonight. Choose your keep going song from chapter 9 and play it when you wake up tomorrow morning before anything else. Remember that you are not alone because I am cheering for you from wherever you are reading these words today. I have been where you are, wanting to quit, feeling empty, wondering if any of this struggle matters at all. It does matter. Every single step matters. Every day you did not quit matters more than you will ever know. You wanted to quit and you are still here reading the last words of this book right now. That is not small. That is everything. Now go take your next step and then another forever.